Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something really practical for your health, the Ferritin blood test. We're drawing insights from a guide over at Blood Test UK. It's got some great localized info, especially if you're listening, say, in Lincoln.
Yeah, it's a good one to cover. Ferritin, well, simply put, it's a protein. Its job is storing iron inside your body's cells. Think of it like your body's iron vault, this test. It just checks how full that vault is. It's about your reserves.
Right, not just the iron floating around right now, but the actual backup supply. So our goal today is simple. What are the big reasons to check this, and what steps should you take next? Especially thinking about access, like in Lincoln.
Okay, so understanding the results is pretty straightforward at first glance.
Yeah.
Low ferritin, the vault's low, usually means iron deficiency. That often leads to anemia.
Yeah.
And you feel it, tiredness, weakness, just no stamina.
Okay, low levels sound obviously bad. But what if someone feels generally okay? Why check for the other end, for high levels? Is being a bit tired the only clue?
Oh, absolutely not. That's a really common misconception. While low ferritin is common, high ferritin is just as important to catch. If that vault is too full, that can signal iron overload. The technical term is hemochromatosis. And that's actually dangerous because the extra iron gets deposited in places like your heart, your liver. It causes damage over time.
So organ damage sounds serious.
It is. But here's something else the source material points out, which is fascinating. High ferritin isn't always iron overload. Ferritin is also what we call an acute phase reactant,
Right.
meaning things like an infection or even chronic inflammation somewhere in your body can make those ferritin numbers shoot up, even hormonal shifts sometimes.
Wow, okay, so it's not just a simple iron counter. It could be flagging hidden inflammation too.
Exactly, which really underlines that key benefit mentioned by Blood Test UK, early detection. Keeping an eye on ferritin helps you manage your energy, sure, but it also supports your immune system. And crucially, it can stop these, smaller issues turning into big chronic problems later on.
That makes a lot of sense. And getting tested. You mentioned accessibility, like for people in Lincoln.
Yeah, the guide confirms it's generally quite accessible. You can get a referral from your GP or sometimes go through local clinics or hospitals directly. The process of just getting the blood drawn is usually very simple.
Good to know. Now let's talk practical steps. Preparation for the test. Anything special?
Sometimes, yeah. You might need to fast, usually about 8 hours, no food or drink except water. But maybe more importantly, you really need to tell your doctor about any supplements you're taking.
Like vitamins. Wait, I take a fair bit of vitamin C. Could that actually mess up the results?
It definitely could.
Right.
High doses of vitamin C can boost iron absorption right before the test. So yeah, it might inflate your numbers, potentially giving a false picture. So disclosing everything, vitamins, supplements, everything is super important for getting an accurate reading.
Okay, disclosure is key. Let's move to the results then. What's the action plan? Say, if your levels are low.
Right, if the vault's low, it often starts with diet. Think iron-rich foods, red meat, spinach, lentils, that kind of thing. But here's a crucial tip from the guide. Pair those iron foods with vitamin C sources, like oranges, peppers, because vitamin C helps your body actually absorb the non-hemo iron, the type found in plants, much more effectively. It makes the iron more bioavailable, so you don't just waste it.
Got it. Pair iron with C, and if the numbers are too high, particularly if it's confirmed hemochromatosis.
Then it's usually a medical intervention. Doctors might recommend therapeutic phlebotomy,
Which is?
basically a controlled blood removal. Regularly taking out some blood helps to lower those excess iron stores safely and protect your organs.
Okay. And you mentioned athletes earlier.
Yeah, it's interesting. Some athletes, even locally perhaps in places like Lincoln, monitor ferritin closely. For them, optimal iron means better oxygen transport. Better oxygen transport means, well, better endurance, maybe faster recovery. It's about performance for them.
So, pulling it all together, monitoring your ferritin, using resources like the guide from Blood Test UK, it seems like a really proactive step for managing your overall health, whether it's tackling fatigue or just aiming for better energy.
Definitely. And we've touched on how it's not just about iron intake, right? It can connect to inflammation, maybe hormonal things. So here's a thought to leave you with. Considering ferritin can be influenced by these other underlying issues, what hidden health condition, maybe something you're not even aware of, could regular ferritin testing potentially help you uncover early?
That's a really powerful question to consider. If you want to explore those local guidelines or testing options further, do check out the information over at Blood Test UK. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.